Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. It's Kyle, the Lawn Mentor here, and I wanted to take this opportunity to sit and have a chat with you guys to talk about dethatching. It's a hot topic right now. It's something that needs to be discussed, and I think there's a lot of misinformation out there that needs to be addressed. So stay tuned. Let's talk about dethatching, what it is, and hopefully by the end of the video, you can personally make a decision whether you want to dethatch this year or not. First things first, what is dethatching? Well, dethatching is the removal of thatch. And so your next question probably is, what's thatch? Thatch is a buildup of organic material that accumulates over time and sits on top of the soil. And its purpose is really to be there to provide some moisture retention, some shade to the soil, and it helps protect your roots from getting baked by the sun. Around this time of year, I noticed both last year and this year that dethatching and aerating are two topics that are always coming up right before people are deciding to do some kind of overseeding project or renovation. If you're not choosing to do overseeding or renovation on your lawn because you like the way your lawn looks or there's really nothing wrong with it, then there is something else that you should do, and I will have a video coming out for that. I've already done a video on aeration and giving you my thoughts on that. Dethatching is a different story though. Dethatching is removing that thatch layer that we just talked about, and there's a lot of misinformation out there that I've even found myself on the internet and here on YouTube that might lead people to believe that if you want to have a nice looking lawn, you have to dethatch your lawn, and that is just not true. In fact, when I went to YouTube and I searched dethatch, the first thing that came up was a video that was about something titled along the lines of how to dethatch your ugly lawn, or how to dethatch your lawn and make it look nice, or something like that. It was something that really implied that if you want to have a nice looking lawn, then you need to dethatch. So here's the deal. Thatch is important. Thatch is a good thing. Thatch is something that you want to have on your lawn. It is not optimal to have zero thatch on your lawn. You need that there to help retain moisture, to protect those roots, to shade the soil. It's supposed to be there. Don't forget that thatch is also something that those microbes in the soil feed on, and it naturally breaks down and decomposes over time. So the thatch buildup is really what we're looking for to see if there's an excessive amount of thatch that is not getting churned naturally and that is inhibiting some kind of water or nutrients getting down into the soil. If you are constantly removing this thatch, then you leave your roots and the soil exposed to the sun, and your grass will get fried more easily, and you'll lose water as well. I guess there's just this old school mentality out there that every single spring or every single fall, you got to take a dethatcher machine, you got to go rent a dethatcher machine, you got to go rent an aeration machine, you got to run them over your yard, rip it up, tear it up, and then it'll come back and it'll look brand new.
I've been dethatching my lawn, I don't know, 35 years. Looks great. Looks incredible, impeccable. This guy's a nutbag.
And that's just not the case. Think about all these lawns that are in your neighborhood that end up looking green just like yours in the fall, right? Are those people dethatching their lawns all the time? No. Now, that's not to say that I'm totally against dethatching. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't dethatch your lawn. Only you can decide whether you should dethatch your lawn. But I am here to help you understand some criteria around whether you should choose to do that or not. For instance, last year when I did my overseeding project, I decided to dethatch my lawn for one simple reason. This was the first time that I know of that lawn has ever been dethatched. I had never dethatched the lawn myself before, and I have no idea if the owners of this house beforehand did it. Probably not. And so I decided that I was going to do it. The second thing that I kind of used as criteria to decide whether I needed to dethatch was to actually get down in my soil and take a look and see if I could see the soil really, and if there was too much thatch in the way to even allow me to visually see the soil. If you can't really, spread your grass blades out and get down to the point where you can see that soil, if you do an overseeding project, for instance, you don't want that seed to just kind of sit on top of that thatch layer. You want to get seed to soil contact. That's one of the really important kind of tenets of overseeding. And most people, for good measure, I think, just include dethatching in their overseeding process simply because they're trying to get the most optimal seed to soil contact. But when you have those seedlings that germinate and sprout, there's no thatch layer there to help protect them. So hopefully you don't go through a warm spell or a dry spell, or your watering gets screwed up or something, and those seedlings die because of no thatch to help protect them. Now, I will say, if you do get down and take a look at your soil and you are noticing that you have a lot of dead grass blades that are kind of sprinkled in the mix with your healthy grass, a better approach, I think, for that would be to take a rake and actually rake out those areas where you're finding a lot of that dead grass, instead of doing something that's much more intrusive, like running a dethatching machine over that area and actually, scraping towards the soil surface. Just do a light rake over that and bag that stuff up with your mower and get it out of there. So do you need to dethatch your lawn? Well, you're the one that needs to decide that. You need to go out and look at your lawn. You need to look at, what is the amount of thatch that you have in your lawn. If you go out to your lawn and you spread the grass blades out in your lawn and you are staring at soil, I don't think you have a thatch problem. But if you get out there and you have just layers and layers and layers of dead grass, dead material, then yeah, maybe you should consider dethatching. I do plan to, when I do my overseeding on the Project Spoon Juice section, I do plan to run the dethatcher that I have over that section because it's never been done before. So I want to do that before I overseed, to make sure that I have good seed to soil contact and can get any material out of there that doesn't need to be there. Please do not think that just because everybody else is choosing to dethatch their lawn, that you need to do it. It's a very intrusive process for your lawn. It's usually mechanical, and usually it's just these things that are just coming and ripping through your grass close to the soil surface. And some of your good grass will come up with that process. Take a close-up look and examination of your lawn and really make an educated decision whether you need to dethatch. Don't feel pressured. It's gonna be okay. If you don't do it, if you don't feel like doing it, it's all right. You should do it if you have way too much thatch, but I can't determine that for you from here. So you guys are going to have to do a little bit of field work on your own, and I'd love to hear you report back down in the comments whether you decided to dethatch this fall or not. Let me know what your guys' plans are, if you're going to dethatch, and why. If you are or if you're not, let me know. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. If you have enjoyed this content and all the other videos that I've put out this year, I really appreciate when you guys leave a like on these videos. So if you could continue to do that to let me know that I'm doing the right thing, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos coming this fall about all the activities that we've got going on. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.